it kills the community, so to speak,
Yeah.
right? So
It's a ripple
it,
effect.
it's also, I think, another concern is, and I'm quoting someone here. I'll just say that they're very high up in the police, and he says to me, "Look, everybody's grievances aside, whether it's he won't denounce Hamas or Sharia law, whatever." He goes, "I'm also a little concerned because this man is 33, he's never had a real job, and now he wants to run New York City, right? You skipped a couple steps, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Skip all the steps, actually, right? So I think that's people's, genuinely their other concern,
Okay.
and I think that that's also valid, whether you love him, hate him, don't have an opinion about him. It's like,
That's
hey,
true. 33
a
is young.
33-year-old, yeah, whose resume is rapper, worked for mom, and then like became like an assemblyman or something, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think that the code switching is also a little bit confusing, I think, to me
Yeah.
personally.
Well, let me
And
ask you:
yeah,
are the landlords? I heard something about the landlord. I heard something about property owners. And again, I don't know if this is for the large unit owners, but are people trying to sell, or do you think people will liquidate assets?
well,
Um,
look, there's always panic selling, right? And I was told by, yeah, I was on the air train, like because my wife was making me renew my passport to JFK, and I got a call from a broker.
Gotta
I
get
got a
the
call from a
passport
broker.
stamp.
Yeah, and so I get a call from this very prominent broker who has a team, and I whatever she says, I'm like, okay, good, right? Like we exchange feedback,
Okay.
and she says to me, she's actually her business picked up. This was like in early September. She said my business is picked up. A lot of people called me and they're like, if this is going the way I think it's going, I want to be out by January 1, right? Now, also people, what's very frustrating, like I could pull up an email if I redacted it, I should have. Somebody made an offer below ask on a sale I have and the broker was trying to get me to take it, and he goes, with interest rates and the mayoral, right? Like everyone is using that, right? I know someone who asked for a 25% discount to buy an apartment, and they're
Hmm.
like, well, we're not in a rush. We'll just wait till after the election when prices drop. Now, I was fortunate enough to sit with our CEO last week for about an hour and a half, one on one, which doesn't happen often, maybe once or twice a year. And he said something to me. He said, prices won't drop immediately. He said it'll take about 6 to 8 months for you to see prices drop. That was his opinion. I think there'll be like some initial shock value
Hmm.
where people just want to leave. But overall, it's interesting because you don't meet a lot of people. I'd say for every 20 people I meet, two support them, but I don't know.
Interesting, man. I actually saw a story, and I know you don't really cover Westchester County, but I did
I
see.
read about it. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, there was like a whole
Yeah, it was in the Daily Mail, and the broker said the top two reasons. Yeah.
and
So
they were
was
even saying that there was like people were offering over ask for some of these places.
I mean,
You know,
look, that makes sense. We saw it during COVID, right? Everyone rushed upstate. I'm from around Poughkeepsie, right? People were buying homes, and it was like, what? Like they were overpaying, right?
yeah,
So don't I think in general, New York City has survived everything. Knock on wood, right? Is this guy going to be the death blow? No, but like COVID, 9/11, right? Like the city will always come back, right?
yeah,
So hopefully, God willing, if it is a disaster, within 2 years from after he gets elected, people are going to be focused on the next 2 years, right?
right.
So I don't think I don't think his policy will be as catastrophic on where people are concerned. It's not about, oh my God, I'm paying 50% tax now. I got to pay 52% tax, right?
Right.
I think where people are concerned is it's like you're pro prostitution. You talk about getting rid of you talk about getting rid of the NYPD gang database, okay? Right? You're anti-police and all this stuff. So I think people might be concerned about the quality of living, right? If you brought in $3 million last year and you live in New York, right? And you're already being taxed at 47%, and then it goes to
Yeah.
49. Don't get me wrong, it sucks. I hate it, right? But okay, 2%. Okay, right. I think it's more about the quality of living going this way while the prices are going this way. That's never a
Right.
good trend.
Right. No, I can see that. I can definitely see that. And I think that it's interesting because, I was actually listening. Now, I'll just say this right now. Like for me, I don't really think Cuomo is the best answer. I actually like Curtis Lewa. Um,
I've had the privilege of meeting him twice.
oh, you did? Okay. What'd you think of him?
The reason why he won't win is he's not a politician. He's just a real ass guy.
Yeah.
And the first time I saw him, I was walking down Madison Avenue, right? I said, "Hey, you're that guy." Oh, like shakes my hand. Nice to meet you. I'm like, "Hey, man, cool. Yeah, nice to meet you too." And he's like, and he really practices what he preaches, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's no. It was like those Hamas guys who were like, "We'll never surrender," and they were in they were in like Saudi Arabia in a mansion, right? And the people are suffering. Like he's walking the street,
He's real.
right?
Yeah,
Like
he's really New York.
he's really out there. And I saw him on 50, all within the last 3 years. And then I saw him by Essa Bagel in Midtown East on the corner, and he like remembers, oh yeah, I. And then there were other people, white, black, Hispanic. Yo, you're that guy. They're dapping it up. Can we get a photo with you? He's like, yeah, what's up? And he's telling them, we got to clean the city up. There's got to be less crime. I'm like, oh, okay, I see what the issue is. He's not a politician.
Oh, so you think so you think people so do you think that the promises that Mandami's making are just going to be more shiny objects compared to Curtis Lee I think he's really telling the truth about New
But he
York.
hasn't promised anybody anything for free or whatever. He just writes. So
Correct.
I think it's a popularity contest, and I think even I saw today, this guy was defending his position on free buses, and he's talking about how like aggravated assaults on bus drivers will go down if the buses are free, and people were like, okay, but I don't want to be on the bus with someone who tried to stab the bus driver over $2.95 fare, right? It's
Right.
like,
Right.
listen, in theory, some things sound really good. Like in theory, I believe in world peace. I'm not trying to be ironic, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, okay, the buses will be free. Okay, now who's going to camp out on them all day if they're free,
Right. Right.
right?
Right.
Right? And it's like we want to make, these people. The problem is they're so silver spoon, they're so silk stocking, right? Like when his idea about let's put all the homeless people in the subway, it's like, I was talking to a person who works as a doorman this morning, and he was like, yeah, I go home at midnight. I don't want to be waiting for the train and there's a bunch of home or the bus, right? Like,
Right.
okay, the bus is $3. He wants to make them free, right? That's not what is killing people's pockets. It's less
Yeah.
if you buy a monthly pass, right?
Right.
So
Right.
also the promises are sort of just like economically, right? Let's say you ride the bus 5 days a week, okay? 3 times 5 is 15, 15 times 4 is 60, $60 a month, right? It's like, hey, I'm going to save you $60 a month. That's not a real savings. You could
Right.
do one thing on your tax return and save $60.
Yeah. It's funny when you say that because like when you actually do the math of certain things, it almost becomes like, okay, these promises not only will you not save a lot, but there are also things that are gonna make things worse as far as the quality of life
Sure.
in the city.